Hey, what it do? What's up, your OG here? Welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you for tuning in. Now, you guys are gonna get into this episode of Real Housewives Potomac. I'm not gonna do the whole setup over there by the window because honestly, there wasn't too much this episode. It was giving real filler episode because we know next week it's about to go down. Okay, we are having ding 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 match number 2 on Real Housewives Potomac. Okay, because Deborah, aka Sesame Street character, wants her camera time, okay? Her 15 minutes of fame wasn't enough, looking like she's trying to get 30. But until we get there, we're going to talk about tonight's episode. It honestly, like I said, it really wasn't that much. So let's just go ahead and get into it. We open up with Candiace. Y'all, I actually really love those braids on Candiace. They're super cute. I don't know if I can sit that long for some braids. Like, that's one thing with me is like sitting that long to have a head full of braids. It's just not in my ministry, okay? I like to keep it real simple. As y'all see, like Beanie, the Beanie says it all. Bad hair day, okay? I just need get up and go. I did have my hair, nice and flat ironed and permed and whatnot. Fried dotted laid to the side. But down here in Texas, we quite literally had like a tsunami of rain. So literally all my ends is just dry from getting wet and the humidity. Y'all know how it is with the girls. That humidity, okay, when that hoe come in, it'll frizz up all your ends. So yeah, that's what's happening right here. So I wasn't in the mood to try to have to, keep redoing it and stuff. So Beanie it is, all right? Beanie it is. So nonetheless, y'all, nonetheless, y'all, Candiace goes and shows up to Kiarna's like little med spa. I'm glad that we're finally getting into Kiarna a lot more, which is what we should have been doing from the get-go. But I know what Potomac was doing. They were trying to redirect the focus to Nneka and Wendy because Gizelle wasn't gonna give Wendy and Candiace the time of day to address all that happened with Chris. So we gotta deflect and make this happen with Wendy and Nneka. But nonetheless, shows up when they were in the DR. I guess Kiarna was talking to Candiace about, getting her coochie waxed or, lasered or whatever. And so Candiace came over there to get her coochie scratched, okay? Been that sober, let that coochie breathe, okay? She was letting that coochie breathe so a laser could come over there and zip them hairs down there, okay? I've never done waxing. I'm a shave kind of gal. I've never, I guess, had the need to wax, I guess is a way to put it. And so Candiace was like, I keep using waxing as my excuse to, basically when I'm not in the mood. So Chris is excited for this. Girls will come up for any reason. You can't get none tonight. Sorry, I'm full bush down there. Sorry, you can't get none tonight. I'm on my period. Sorry, you can't get none tonight. Oh, my neck and my back, and I got a migraine. Women is using any type of excuse, so their husband ain't gonna lay up on top of them, and they gotta perform for 15 minutes faking it like he hitting something when he really ain't. Just so he can get a nut off. So anyways, yeah, so Candiace was there, and then Wendy showed up. Y'all, Wendy is dressing down boots from, the all the way done up to the casual. I loved that outfit. The denim jersey jacket or not jersey jacket, like varsity jacket. I love those. I love varsity jackets. But yeah, Wendy came in. She came in and got her armpits done. And basically, they were just catching up on everything that happened in the DR and whatnot. And Candiace was like, I'm very, very proud of how you handled yourself in the DR and everything with the group of girls. Kiarna, she was like, yeah, it's interesting to see the group. And she brought up that whole sick thing again, like, I'm gonna let it slide. The fact that Gizelle had to be the first one to check on me, I'm just gonna take a mental note. And I think that's honestly what it was. I think Kiarna was just like, in her mind, like, dang, how Gizelle gonna be the first one to check up on me? And Wendy, I know she was saying like, oh, I brought you a ginger ale or whatever. But initially, I think it just, Wendy and Candiace, y'all was not worried about Kiarna. And they keep flashing back to Wendy. It's like, oh, who are you? I ain't sharing no room with Kiarna. It was like, damn, it almost came across like Like, F her. Even though, like, that's just the energy it had. Like, girl, I ain't sharing a room with that bitch. Like, that's how I came across. But Kiana, I guess, at the end of the day, she's cool with the girls. It was just a little mishap between them. And so she was like, yeah, just being around the girls and seeing, the dynamics with you, Candiace, I can still see that, there's an undercurrent of just like love there between you and Robyn. And Candiace is like, it was, but right now it's kind of kicking up, stuff that we're trying to simmer down. Not to mention, Robyn, she got some tea that Robyn behind the scenes was, I guess, talking to a specific blogger, and I guess giving, deets on her and Candiace's text message. And so, that had her feeling some type of way because I guess Robyn, when y'all remember when she was trying to, be law and order real fast, talking about, oh, what you did was defamation. Wendy was like, girl, what law show you watch? Like, what law show you watch? All of a sudden, you know what defamation is. Girl, explaining to somebody how you feel or how you felt in a situation is not defamation, girl. One, because you see Michael tried that and he lost, right? You see Michael tried it, Robyn, and he lost. So let's not. And then if she talk about defamation on who, you or Juan. Now, because if you want to really get froggy, Robyn, and talk about defamation when it comes to you and Juan's situation, I don't think you wanna go down that rabbit hole, because when it comes time to bring up the proof of what exactly is defamation, it don't look too good over there, Robyn. So you might just want to, scooch on back, okay? We don't need you coming to the front on this one. But Candiace is just like, she really got some nerve because she's talking about defamation, but what you really do behind the scenes is defamation, and Wendy was like, what? She's like, I'm just gonna hold it, I'm gonna just, keep it to myself. But she's like, just know I see that with my good eye. Y'all know how I like to say, with my good eye. I see you, okay? So we see the scene, y'all. Really, truthfully, honestly, the only scenes where I get just a little bit of, I guess, an emotional response when it comes to Gizelle is when, we see her daughters. As much as Gizelle uses her daughters as a protective screen against, Wendy and Candiace, there within those moments there is, the true reality of, her being a mom to them, in which she clearly is a great mom. But Grace is going off to college. And one of my favorite things about watching these shows too, as well, is watching the kids grow up. Like even on the Married to Medicine reunion, when you see like Allure and, Michael, and Miles, like when they're small, that's one of my favorite things about watching these shows. It's just like watching the kids like grow up. But yeah, she just talked about being a single mom. That's crazy. Like literally being a single mom from the time that your kids are born. Like, just pastor out here just spreading nothing but churchly prosperous dick around the first pew, and calling yourself a pastor, a man of the Lord. Okay, it's crazy how these be operating behind the pulpit and ain't doing nothing but spreading holy semen everywhere, copulating babies and whatnot, and then leaving them. Like Gizelle said, cheater, a pumpkin eater, but you a pastor trying to spread the word. Boy, get the fuck out of here. But nonetheless, the girls hugged Grace, it was all slow motion and everything, and Grace in the car. And there was a moment where Grace kind of teared up, like when she finally got in the car after hugging her sister. She did just a little bit. Yeah, I saw just a little bit where she teared up, and that's when I was like, and so Grace was in the confessional, and they were like asking her, the producers and Gizelle were just like asking her questions and stuff, like, oh, if there was anything you could change, what would it be? And all these things. And it's just like, of all the shit that we don't like Gizelle, and I don't F with that hoe, but I will not take away from her that, she is a good mom. So yeah, that was just a cute little scene with that. So then we see NECA. Y'all know NECA is on this, baby journey. And so she finally decided to go with the IUI, which I think is what Mia went through. And so they are doing, I guess, basically you have to take like, see what follicles are there to be able to inseminate with the sperm. And so she did that with Mia. Ike, he's back, and now that he's finally, I guess, got his like residency, moved back to Potomac. Now she feels more comfortable, trying to make the baby. She did say, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Nigerian people or like family members who think like, oh, less because she had to get, medical help in order to have the baby. But I'm glad she said, she's like, I don't care, this is, what I want to do, because there are a lot of, especially in those other cultures, like the Asian culture, the Indian culture, the African culture, any type of medical assistance or anything that's just not natural birth, they definitely look down upon. But it's like sometimes that's gotta happen, and not to the woman's fault. I'm still not gonna get over the fact that that doctor was like, oh, your sperm low, but I ain't worried about that. What you mean? What you mean you ain't worried about that? That if she's struggling to get pregnant and the stats say that his swimmers ain't swimming, why do you acting like that ain't a part of the problem? I just think, like, of course, when dudes hear like, maybe they swimmers ain't swimming the way they should, they not out here like Michael Phelps, they start to feel a little emasculated. And especially in African culture, like, being a man, is huge on the agenda. And I just, from my perspective, it just looked like the doctor wasn't trying to put Ike out there like that. Like, I'm not gonna embarrass you on TV, but your shit is low. But I'm gonna say that ain't the reason. But we gonna throw it back on NECA. Okay. But yeah, Ike is back, y'all. That dog is so freaking cute. The little puppy. But yeah, she basically was talking to Ike about, the process and everything, and making the baby. When I do see these moments with NECA, like, NECA, it really is unfortunate because you did get pulled into, being kind of like, you got pulled into the mess between, and became collateral damage of trying to protect Gizelle and that whole Candiace, beef or whatever. And you being a newbie, of course, the newbies get used a little bit because they are, ignorant to sometimes how they be trying to make this show. And so, as much as people hate NECA or, don't like her, I feel like there's, I don't want to say potential, but she could be like a cute little friend of. I'll just put it that way. Like, she has enough story to be a friend of. She's not scared of, conflict and things like that. I just really think she got sucked in, to being, when you're new to the show, you feel like you got to make a splash. And then, of course, you got the producers, behind you, influencing you to try to, like, make a moment and things like that. And, of course, being a part of the deflection from the Gizelle and then the Robyn of it all. The Robyn and Juan of it all was supposed to be first of this half damn season. Robyn was supposed to be getting cooked, okay? Robyn and Juan was supposed to be getting cooked, okay? With all the shit that Robyn has done to everybody else. But, they get passes. But nonetheless, y'all, yeah, that's going on with NECA. So Karen and Gizelle. Oh, no. Robyn, speaking of Robyn, has over Charrisse and Ashley. And y'all, at Robyn's house actually, look nice. It's completely contradictory to her own personal style because you've been wearing the same dry ass weave this whole season. Like, Robyn, why your hair ain't never motherfucking done? Like, why it always look like you just got, like, it just looked like you woke up out of bed half the time with your hair. And it's like, take the weave out, do something new. Like, I just think she's just over there in that house just so burnt out mentally and emotionally, dealing with Juan's raggedy dick ass, and having to pretend all the time that shit is okay, and you dealing with a man who make up stupid ass lies, like I had to go to the hotel to pay for the room. Like, it's just madness. But she invites Charrisse Ashley over, and they basically, Charrisse is like, I'm gonna do the crowd boil again, and I'm gonna invite everybody. And Robyn's like, even Karen? She's like, yes, I'm gonna invite Karen because I don't have a problem with her. She got a problem with me. And honestly, I guess that really kind of is it because Charrisse hasn't came around and stirred up shit with Karen like for the past 2 seasons. It's always been other people kind of doing that. So, she's just gonna extend the invitation, but also as well, she drops that, she's still friends with Jacqueline. So she wants to invite her. And when she said Jacqueline's name, both Ashley and Robyn was kind of like, oh, okay. So you trying to get the shit started. Charrisse said, I'm gonna get the shit started at the house, okay? And because she's still cool with Jacqueline, she does know that her and Mia really like to be friends from all the way to 15 years old. Like, that is a long friendship. So yeah, they fell out. But she wants them to be able to reconnect. And y'all, that confessional look, I actually like that black curly hair on Charrisse. I actually didn't mind it, but yeah. Um, so Karen, she has Gizelle over. Y'all know Karen and Gizelle are kind of in a good space. Gizelle brought over some medication for Karen's heart. Karen brought over the 1942 to celebrate Grace leaving. Gizelle offers the invitation to Charrisse's house. She's like, you were invited to. Are you coming? Karen said, bitch, Ray's allergic to shellfish. She said, yeah, Ray's allergic to crabs. But everybody's like, girl, Karen, you was just at the crab boil the last time. So now all of a sudden you can't go? Okay, what's the difference? Charrisse? Okay, got it. And so Giselle's like, maybe you'll ponder on it. And Karen said, no. Karen is not doing it with Charrisse, y'all. What do you think it is? Why y'all think Karen ain't trying to be around Charrisse? Y'all think she feel like she got some tea on Karen? Do she know a little something what's going on, behind the streets with Karen? Y'all know word on the curve. I'm telling y'all, Karen out there getting that hip dipped, okay? She out there getting, that back cracked, okay? And can we be mad at it? Like, literally, can we be mad at it? Karen still look good for her age. She out here moving it and doing it. She did her job as a wife to Ray, okay? Done paid that nigga tax money off and all types of debts and everything. She paid that shit off. Now that Ray is old and wobbly, can't even make it up the stairs. Okay, which I deserve. Baby, I deserve. Okay? Karen said I deserve to get that back. Okay? Get hit from the bike. Okay? She deserved that. And it's gonna be what it is, okay? What's Ray gonna do about it? That's really the thing is, what is Ray gonna do about it? That's the real question. Not a damn thing. But yeah, so Karen said she ain't going, and then she burnt the damn cookies. So everybody, starts showing up to Charrisse's house. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. And it's awkward because Robyn gets there first, then Candiace. Y'all know them hoes ain't talking to each other. Then Gizelle showed up. One thing Karen did say she did, everybody's been noticing Gizelle look good. Giselle look, this season the legs have been looking right. That Havana Nights dress I thought looked super cute with the gold sparkly dress. Giselle's been dressing a lot better this season, y'all. I still don't like the bitch, but kudos. I ain't no hater though. And so yeah, just that's Karen said, yeah, your legs been looking nice. Karen's like, Gizelle was like, yeah, I've been working on it. But yeah, so Gizelle came, Candiace ain't say shit. Ashley came, they're talking, and then Jacqueline shows up. And so, Charrisse obviously starts talking to Jacqueline, like, okay, you're excited to be here. Like, what's going on with Mia? She was like, look, well, no, Gizelle was, because Giselle's like, well, I talked to Mia like 2 months ago, and she was like, y'all are good. So are y'all not? And Jacqueline was like, well, girl, the last time I talked to her, she was like, are you effing kidding me? And Gizelle was like, oh, I thought you were going to say, are you effing the rapper? Because, Mia out here effing rappers, okay? And so Jacqueline basically just like, she on it. Jacqueline came on a mission, okay? And so everybody's showing up, they get to the table and whatnot, they start eating, all the girls, Netta comes in with the Grand Dame damn sash and crown. I guess, whatever. They all sit down, start eating the crabs, and all of them was like, can I get some Old Bay? Can I get some garlic powder, some something? Where is the seasoning? When you cook seafood, you gotta let that shit simmer. Like, you literally pour the whole seasoning packet in there, and then you let it sit in the juices. I think they was just flash cooking the crabs and throwing it on the table. No, you gotta let that shit sit in the juices and marinate, okay? We like spice, all right? Somebody was like, these are them Hampton crabs. These are them Potomac crabs. These ain't no crabs, that got a little seasoning that have been through some things, okay? These crabs, we need crabs that have been through some things, all right? So they at the table and they start talking to Jacqueline or whatever. And she's like, they're like, so it's going to be awkward for you to see Mia, whatever. She's like, I'm not going to do that energy, I'm not going to let it affect me because I'll be evil just like her. And everyone's like, evil? She's like, yeah, that's what you get with Mia Horton. And literally as she says that, who comes up the stairs? Mia Horton. And so she's up the stairs and it's awkward. She walks by, says hi to everybody. Hi, Jacqueline. And they all sit down eating and stuff. And so, of course, let's get to the shit. Charrisse was like, well, ladies, thank you for coming. But I have noticed, since coming back from the DR, I don't know how the trip went, but I was hoping that there would be some type of reconciliation. But Candiace and Robyn, it seems y'all ain't speaking. And we know what it is. It's basically, bitch, I got a job, okay? We just gonna have to see each other. It's cordial. Keep it cute and on mute. And Candiace gets right to it. Robyn, I know what you've been saying behind the scenes. Why are you going to bloggers, dropping our text messages? And so Robyn feels like she ain't in the wrong. She's not messed up because all she was doing was trying to prove why she don't basically mess with Candiace no more. Now, I don't know what the text messages are, but I'm trying to figure out the reason to trying to prove why you and Candiace aren't friends no more with private text messages. Because at the end of the day, you said you were upset about everything that happened on Twitter, which, a valid reason. Candiace was wearing Robyn's ass low. She was, okay? So I'm wondering what was in the private text messages that was just kind of like, she felt the need to like privately send it to bloggers and stuff. And so Candiace like, bitch, you a hypocrite. And Robyn does this thing where she gets called out where she like yells it to the rooftop. I'm so glad Juan Dixon's not here. What do you want to do? Persecute me? Like in Austin, she did the same thing. She stood up. You want to persecute me? And then here again at the table, I'm a hypocrite. Like, I don't know why Robyn has that thing of doing that. But yeah, and so I'm a hypocrite, and Candiace was going in. They was going back and forth. Charrisse, enough. I'm tired of it. Everybody was like, here we go with Charrisse again, banging on these tables. Bitch, you gonna break your hand. Gizelle was like, this bitch is drunk. I think she drunk. Like, I think she may be drunk. I just think Charrisse is just like, these bitches going back and forth. Y'all in my house. So Candiace shuts up, but Robyn ass still talking. Candiace gets up. She's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I yelled in your house. Like, I gotta go because I'm not dealing with these bitches. So when Mia and Jacqueline said, Charrisse was like, y'all go downstairs to my champagne room and handle it. And, basically they kind of did come up to the realization that, Mia said, she's like, I've been in therapy, Jacqueline, and I'm realizing I'm still holding on to things. And Jacqueline was like, I feel like I know what it is. And she's like, our thing from childhood. And Mia started getting emotional. And she was like, yes. In which they do the flashback, to where, Mia admitted that, she takes shit out on Jacqueline because of, the unfortunate essay that happened to her. And she's like, I know I'm a bad friend to her, because of that. And so that was one thing I do think Mia did when she brought Jacqueline on. She knew she was going to go after Jacqueline as like her storyline. Like she brought Jacqueline on to beef with that bitch. She took every moment she could half the time on to like make little digs at Jacqueline. And so, she's now recognizing why she's doing that. Jacqueline, she was like, I never knew about it until 2 years later. So I never would have wanted something like that to happen to you. And they just kind of come to the consensus, like, what we've been through is rough. Let's just, take it one step at a time. Mia tried to be like, can I hug you? Jacqueline said, ah. She pulled the carrot, bitch, not yet. So they go upstairs and, they're cool and they just let the ladies know, okay, we're good. One step at a time. Charrisse went outside, took a deep breath, came back and was like, bitch, I'm sorry. I kind of lost it for a second. I wasn't myself, um NECA, she did go in there to check on Candiace because Candiace was in there crying. Y'all know Candiace is cry at the freaking drop of a hat when it came to the Robyn situation. And she's like, bye everybody. And she was like, that matters when she went down the stairs. And then that's just kind of where everything ended. Me and Jacqueline, they were good. Robyn and Candiace, they gonna stay, not effing with each other. Gizelle especially. And me and Jacqueline, we're just gonna see how that goes. So y'all tell me what you think about Potomac. Y'all think about this episode. How y'all feel about NECA? Do y'all feel like she got played and just kind of sucked into the drama of it all? And what do you guys feel about Robyn sending that message to the blogger behind the scenes? What do y'all think was in the text messages? Okay, now I appreciate you for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will catch y'all later. Deuces.